Oh hi! Welcome to Make It Happen. Today we'll be finishing my Spartan project with this helmet. For this project, I started by testing a pepper cured template which was not perfect for me. So I had a nervous assistant cut off my air supply by duct taping a mold cast of my head. I did not record this process due to it being my first time, but I've left links in the description for casting with duct tape. The duct tape was then cut up into templates of my head, so I then traced it onto some red foam to make a test piece. Now this worked, so then I moved on to grey foam for the final product. Once the foam was cut out, I warmed up each piece with a heat gun so that I could manually bend each piece to the needed curvatures. The connecting edges were then attached using contact cement. Now I highly recommend using contact cement over hot glue because it is much stronger and it will bond instantly. Using this face template, which was made by a Guess and Check fitting, it was duplicated onto EVA and craft foam, which was constantly modified until it would fit onto the helmet. There was also strips of foam that were glued onto the top of the helmet for the base of the mohawk. For the seam lines, I applied Sikaflex body sealant over the gaps and imperfections. This was then sanded and reapplied another time. The helmet was then heat sealed with a heat gun and coated with 2 layers of Plasty dip. For painting, I started with a base layer of aluminium and then masked off the areas so that the faceplate and base of the mohawk could be painted gold. The entire helmet was then washed with acrylic paint and then dusted with black spray paint. And then it would have been sealed with varnish. For the mohawk, I took more of that red craft foam and cut out 2 identical trapezoid shapes, which then proceeded to cut out each individual hair strip. Because the foam is more pink than red, I had to use a brush to paint on some darker red from the base of the mohawk up to the top, so they had a bit more of a contrast. These are then hot glued onto the helmet. Now a quick disclosure about this build. The gap filler that is best for these projects is Quick Seal, but that isn't available to me, so I used what I thought was best. When it came to sanding, I was scuffing up more of the foam than the filler. Now because this is my first foam helmet build, I already had little faith in the outcome, so I decided that I've already wasted too much time on this project and I left it and went on to painting. For the mohawk, I was originally going to use thin red craft foam. However, that would mean I need about 15 A3 sheets of that, so the red EVA foam was a better choice. Now I wish I was able to fit 1 or 2 more into the mohawk. However, in the end, the helmet was actually pretty good. Much better than I thought after the gap filler stage. Now, if you've enjoyed this tutorial and would like to see more, please subscribe to Make It Happen, and I'll see you next time. Time to fight for the Empire. See ya.